Big East Women's Hoops fans, I have your schedule right here in my hands, handed over by Tracy Ellis-Ward herself, hot off the press, as I'm now joined by Big East Associate Commissioner of Women's Basketball. Tracy, you can finally breathe a little bit. The schedule is done. How are you feeling?
It's a great feeling to get it out to all the teams, and so we're hoping that it will be released and everybody will be excited with the matchups this year.
Let's give the fans a little bit of insight into how this schedule is developed. Let's start off with simply, when does this process start?
Well, we start in early summer by just soliciting all the teams and asking them to first submit their non-conference schedule so that we can look at that. And then secondly, we actually formulate the conference portion of the schedule and formulate that with the assistance of a program that we use, which is the same one we use on the men's side. So it's pretty meticulous once we get into it and moving the puzzle pieces around to ensure that we don't have conflicts with the men's schedule. The teams get certain special requests that they might put in. So it's a little bit of a jigsaw once we start laying out the conference framework.
You mentioned the special requests that the teams may have. How much discussion is there between you and the 10 teams going into the schedule?
A lot. I think at the beginning, they particularly want certain things to happen on their schedule, whether it's an alumni event that they would like to have a home game, or a certain week that they might want to play their travel partner because it's homecoming. So just different dialogues of that nature do transpire, and we try to honor as many requests as we possibly can to make it fit in the framework.
Along with 75 games that will be streaming on the BEDN this season, the conference has 17 nationally televised games, with 15 on both FS1 and FS2 and 2 additional ones on the CBS Sports Network. How great exposure is that for the conference?
It's tremendous exposure, and we're very pleased with Fox as our broadcast partner. This is their 7th year, and so they've been doing a great job helping us elevate the game. And I think all of our coaches are excited, and probably one of the second things they look at on their schedule is how many TV games they have. So television is an important element to women's basketball, and so we're pleased that we can offer that to our teams.
In looking at a little bit closer at those nationally televised games, both DePaul and Seton Hall will take on UConn on FS1, with UConn returning to the Big East Conference next season. How is that showcasing what fans have to look forward to?
I think it's just a great prequel. Again, them playing just 2 teams this year, and so this time next year they'll be having everyone on the schedule. So I think it'll be a great addition for the fans who are wanting that Big East rivalry to be renewed. It's just around the corner.
The Big East Women's Basketball Tournament returns to Wintrust Arena for its 3rd year, with games starting a day earlier this year on Friday as opposed to Saturday last season. How is that beneficial to the conference?
We think that slide will be beneficial in terms of fan attendance. We're hoping to capture the entire weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, which again will be beneficial hopefully for fans locally and out of town to be able to experience the tournament at a high level.
Tracy, the Friday-Sunday schedule is back in league play this year. How beneficial is that to the teams in the conference?
Well, I think the Friday-Sunday format, again, helps in a lot of different ways, one of which it's, in my opinion, less missed class time for some of our institutions. Also, it captures the weekend element for fans. It might make it easier to come out on a Friday night or a Sunday afternoon for a particular game. Additionally, I think it helps as they move towards the tournament play for NCAAs, because a lot of the games are on the same format with 1 day of rest in between. So even when we go through that process with NCAA representatives throughout the season, they do pride us on having a very similar format to play throughout the regular season. So once tournament time comes around, our schools are used to that grueling format.
Now, Tracy, you get some time to sleep a little bit because the schedule is finally done. Associate Commissioner of Women's Basketball, Tracy Ellis-Ward. Tracy, thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you, Megan.